I'm Mark here, Monday, May the 11th. It's 9:43 a.m. Eastern, 1:43 p.m. GMT. US session well underway. Let's have a look at the US dollar performance, and you see a continuation of the downtrend, adding to Friday's losses. A little bit of a gap higher to start the week, didn't last long, and there you see another red candlestick, and again support being tested at 97.75. I've got resistance at 98.02, but sellers certainly in control to start the US session. We'll see whether that continues and whether this stubborn support at 97.70 area can be broken to the downside, or if we get a turnaround from weak to strong US dollar, buyers step in and look back up at the resistance or higher. But certainly weak US dollar to start the trading day. Let's have a look at the majors. And there you see on the Euro US gap lower to start the new trading week, but already US dollar weakness, buying Euro, selling US, matching Friday and the resistance from last week at 117.86. That's the resistance being tested right now. We'll see if buyers can break above this resistance and push higher, or if we're going to get a turnaround from weak to strong US dollar and sellers step in and look back down at this support sitting at 117.24. Let's have a look at the pound against the US. Very similar pattern. You can see green candlestick, buying pound, selling US dollar. Buyers looking to test this resistance level at 136.27. See if buyers of pound can push higher and US dollar weakness continues, or if we're going to get a turnaround and a push down from this resistance area and sellers look down at the 135.43 support level. US dollar against the yen. Here we see a bit of a different pattern. Here we're seeing dollar strength against a weak yen so far. I've got support at 156.82. I've got resistance at 157.15. If we see a continuation of this push higher, if dollar buyers are able to maintain, look up at this resistance and perhaps break higher, or if we're going to get a turnaround from strong to weak US dollar against the yen, like we're seeing weak US dollar against the other majors, and sellers look to push lower, test support sitting at 156.82. And then let's look at the US dollar against the Canadian. And there you see US dollar weakness, strong Canadian, selling US, buying Canadian, red candlestick. I've got resistance at 136.96. Buyers have been US dollar buyers have been unable to get back above that 137 level. And I've got support sitting at 136.59 being tested right now. If we see a continuation of dollar weakness, like we're seeing against the European majors, sellers will look to break below this support level and push lower. So we're seeing weak US dollar to start the new trading week. We're seeing it on the index against the European currencies and the Canadian. The outlier, the only major where we're seeing a different pattern is against the yen, where we are seeing the US able to maintain some strength and demand for US against the weak yen. But resistance and support levels being tested. We'll see how it plays out during the US session. Good trading, and I'll see you at the end of day.